Welcome back, Halo followers. Today we got a juicy one. Bathrobe Spartan just dropped this huge unofficial roadmap, a combination of leaks and things that we can probably expect at some point in the future, albeit just keep this with a grain of salt because some of this might have been canceled, some of it might have been misinterpreted or even straight out fake, but thought as to be real by this person. I believe this person because they have been correct about many things, including showing gameplay of some of these things, which I cannot show here. However, this is legit stuff. Whether it's canceled or not, we don't know, but there is legit stuff here. But firstly, I want to talk about this little recap by Total Legend, which I do appreciate. He was wrong about this first thing, though. Basically, what's going to be happening with Season 4 is that all the paid items for Season 4 are going to be cross-core. So not all stuff will be Season 4. They are working on a form of multiple coatings and pieces for each core first before working towards true cross-core. We also know that career rank, true progression, as well as infection is launching in less than a month now on June 20th. And 343 did discuss Plaza. They said that it wasn't ready. This is that remake from Halo 5, right? And it's done in Forge, so that will not be coming on Season 4 launch, but soon after. There's also been some setting reset glitch that is being worked on, which sounds awful. I feel sorry for people that have experienced that. But we have our first bonus XP weekend, I think ever for Halo Infinite, happening during HCS DreamHack Dallas, which is going to be occurring on June 2nd to June 4th. So, something that might be kind of interesting to keep your eye on if you are excited and interested about that. There wasn't too much juicy stuff in there besides the fact that I noticed that there was no cameras. Very tragic because I'm just assuming that they fired the camera guy and the people that managed like the cameras and the live streaming. So that's just my personal assumption there. Good news too, MCC won't be shutting down their servers. I don't know if that was a rumor or not. But anyway, Bathrobe Spartan dropped this massive leak and that, hold this with a grain of salt. Although I will say I've seen gameplay of Crystal Cave in Scar or Engine, and that it looks like 343 is planning on dropping another Foreigner-themed map, probably ripped from the campaign named Gauntlet. We also have this really beautiful map, Forest. We also have Beltway, which kind of resembles like the Pillar of Autumn, which could be interesting. But I'm really excited about these maps that don't look like the just basic generic gray facility, human facility. This is Halo. There should be banished bases. There should be foreigner bases, alien bases. I would love to see something on the Brute homeworld since Halo Infinite. So I know it's destroyed now, but I would like to see something on different alien planets. I don't know why we're just stuck on human bases on a Halo ring. I mean, it is really generic, but it looks like 343 has heard our cries, and they're actually remaking a Halo 3 high ground hair named Harbor. That is actually a human base, isn't it? But it's one with style. So I do love high ground. So I'm excited to see that kind of remixed into something that's, a spiritual remake, right? And then a foreigner base named Bridge, as well as Illusion, which might just be another UNSC base. We got something kind of interesting, probably foreigner, maybe banished, Lock On, Houndstooth, which does look different, interesting. It looks like 343 is genuinely trying here to get out of their box of creating UNSC bases. I think that was a great start because they were just behind on development or whatever happened, but I'm excited to see what's happening here. I don't know. We really don't know. When we got the Season 2 leaks years ago, we didn't know if that was going to be Forge or not, and it did turn out to be Forge. So some of these maps might be Forge, some of them might be fake, or some of them might have been canceled but were in development at some point. So again, take this with a grain of salt, but Forbidden looks really cool. I love that Halo 2 Delta style, Delta Halo ring look. So I'm really excited about these. Installation Foreigner. Yeah, so we got some Foreigner maps. We also have Forge canvases. One is named Deadland, and the other is Forge World, which we've already talked about before. But yeah, there's been some pictures of that, so I'm pretty excited to see what's going on there. We also have new weapons. One is named the Enforcer, which there is gameplay of, I believe. There has been some shotguns in development that I've talked about a while ago, But yeah, there's a double pump shotgun, I think, which this might be the thing that will balance out infection because we do need a, classic shotgun, right? Or something that kind of resembles like the shotguns we've always had, right? Because this auto shotgun is not going to probably be super great for infection. We also have combat knife, and I've been saying it for freaking years. Even pre Halo 1, there was actually a sword machete knife thing that you could run around and have. And then I think Bungie went with the energy sword later, right, in Halo 2. But Halo 1, I think, should definitely have swords in them. I mean, I do it in my animations all the time, so there's actually another weapon called the Rancher, which I'm unsure what that is, but definitely something to be excited about. We have the Quantum Translocator, which there is gameplay of. So this is basically Tracer's ability from Overwatch, where when you activate it, you will rewind you will go back to a saved location. So it's not quite like Tracer, but we also have the Threat Sensor, which is a longer distant kind of threat sensor. And this one, I think, is from the campaign. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But we have Stasis Field, which is something that I think 343 has been playing around with since Halo 4, where when you shoot it at someone, everything in that bubble, whether it be a vehicle or a grenade or even a rocket flying through the air, will slow down tremendously, including players. And so I think that could be really freaking fun. I love these sandbox items. They're so neutral. They're not really empowering in the sense where once you get them, you're just going to destroy everyone. They're so like, I love, this is what I think makes this game so special. Better than Halo 4 and Halo 5. All of these things are so strategy based, right? There's nothing really super advantage about like the shroud screen, for example. But like the grav lift, that's going to be really fun. I think grav lift definitely belongs here. Repulsor's been kind of doing the job, but grav lift definitely has its place, and maybe they can put a spin on it, like it shoots you way further, so the repulsor isn't kind of, not important anymore. We also have the vehicle repair field. Now that one could be interesting. I wonder if it's going to shoot out like a little beacon that can attach to a vehicle and then make a vehicle like, almost invincible for a minute or something. That could be really interesting. And I wonder if you shoot on an enemy's vehicle, it might drain the vehicle. That would also be cool too. We have multiple modes to look forward to. And again, we don't know if any of this stuff, take this with a grain of salt, by the way. This is not, I repeat, not an official roadmap. This is just a fan-made roadmap of leaks. So uh, take it with a grain of salt. But we have Infection. We do know that is confirmed coming on June 20th. And VIP, I think, is confirmed for Season 4. I'm not certain about that. I thought it was supposed to come for Season 3, but I think they delayed VIP. We have Mini Jux. Not quite sure what that is, but it looks like a wacky mini game. We have Payload, which if it's like Team Fortress 2, that could be very fun, where it's like a little train on carts and you push it along and you have to fight for it, defend it, while the attackers try to slow down the train and bide time, right, for the clock to run out. We also have Extraction and Extraction PvE down here. So there's a few things to be excited about regarding this area. Modes and missions PvE. We have Firefight we have lines, by the way, from that one actor, I can't think of his name, Jeff something, right, that has done lines for Infection already, which we knew was coming eventually at some point, right? But Firefight too, and Extraction. There's just tons of audio lines that have been leaked, and I can't show here, but there is a lot of juicy stuff that's been shown, right? With audio, like this is it's good stuff, right? They are planning to do Firefight at some point, I believe. But Extraction PvE, there was actually a playable version of that. So what that is it's going to actually have banished soldiers on multiplayer maps running around. So that should be fun. And there's just so much potential here. I really hope that 343 can pull it together, and really start releasing this stuff faster. Extraction, Assault's very much needed, and Payload. So yeah, good stuff to look forward to. And as far as playable vehicles, we're looking at the Falcon, which is actually under development. We've been seeing that look better and better as time goes on via leaks. We also have an unfinished vehicle named the Cougar, which is very much resemblant of the one from Halo Wars 1 and 2, right? but that one might be scrapped. We also have the Forklift, the Pelican, and the Phantom. So hopefully those will all be drivable very soon. And progression, we know career rank is already confirmed to be coming, so that looks good on June 20th, right? Object Forge Foreigners, that should be coming soon as well. And I would really much like that. We also know that water placement is coming, and I think that might be coming in Season 4. We don't know exactly what's coming in Season 4 yet. We have a lot of leaks, but until 343 tells us what is and isn't coming, it might be less than what we're hoping for. But we do know that the Banished palette is coming soon after they finish the Forge palette, so that is right behind it. And we have Forge AI. That has been playable through leaks for a second, and it looks very promising, very, very promising, and working the way that you want. So we will probably be able to create our own experiences, and when it comes to Forge, it looks like they are not going to be releasing it until it is good and ready. So hopefully they won't, when that does drop, it won't be broken. Forge is honestly pretty damn stable in my opinion. I know it's got some bugs, but very, very excited about the future of Forge and to see what people are really creating and for this game to really start getting fleshed out, because at some point, this game is really starting to look a little bit like day one complete, which is very sad because it's been almost 2 years, but still, it is something to be looking forward to. So again, take this all with a grain of salt. We have no idea if this is if it's coming, but I think we're gonna be seeing a few more maps this year, a few good dev created maps this year. And a big shout out to Bathrobe Spartan for dropping this stuff. And I actually did leave out quite a bit of juicy stuff here. If you translate these tweets, the art pass needs to be done on these maps, obviously. He did say some interesting stuff. The Cougar vehicle is currently present on Rockbridge, work in progress. So that's interesting. Maybe Cougar is actually being pushed through. The Frigate map is now 60% complete. So looks like, according to Bathrobe, that map is not gonna be canned. Looks like the Avalanche remake or spiritual reboot or remake, whatever, of Avalanche, which is Frigate here, is underway. Someone's working on it at 343, so they plan to release that sometime. The Enforcer has an anti-gravity strike, which is really cool. As you can tell, that is I forgot to mention that is like a gravity hammer right there. So maybe you can push enemies away, which could be very useful, especially if that's going to be predominantly the weapon of choice of survival during infection. So hopefully we see that in Season 4. The knife is not linked to the assassination feature, but that might be a kind of cool weapon to use. I mean, I've been saying it since day one. I think Halo definitely should have some kind of energy sword, component to it, right? Like a human energy sword, right? Like a combat knife to run around in. Maybe you move super fast, like the Boys Unknown talked about. I always thought moving fast with a knife would be a good balance. So there's no maybe a shorter lunge, but I think that'd be so cool, man. Just swinging a knife around like CS:GO, that'd be super fun. These continue to be finalized, and there's some notes about PvE extraction. This will be linked to a multiplayer storytelling and will include new lines of dialogue. In many games is logicless mode, allowing blacksmiths to create their own multiplayer experiences. So that's interesting. That's probably going to be a chaotic. And remember, we got Forge AI coming. We got placeable water. We got new Forge pieces on the way. We don't know what's coming in Season 4 per se, but this is good stuff so far, guys. Really good stuff. And Bathrobe Spartan also mentioned that the Cougar is overall functional at this point, but still lacks finishes and textures. The Forklift, Pelican, and Phantom will certainly be reserved for Forge placement. Yeah, so obviously those are going to stick to Forge for wacky experiences, but man, I think Halo Infinite, and I've been saying it since day one, this game's got so much potential. So much potential. So, regarding this, we got rank rewards, UI and UX revamp. I would love to see the UI revamped here. I think that we could do a lot better than what we have right now. But anyway, yeah. So this is great. Really great stuff, and I'm excited. But you guys, if you enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe and join me on the journey of following Halo. And I'll catch you in the next one soon. Peace.